Into it, Brent. Are you ready?
I'm ready for this match.
Okay, so two world qualified players, two DLC winners, and just incredible minds. I was talking with someone earlier about how when I talk to these players, it's just incredible thinking what's going on in those brains, and I cannot wait to see how this plays out.
They're typically thinking 3, 4, 5 turns ahead, sometimes even longer. They're looking over each other's deck lists right now because it is now open deck lists. This is the top 32 cut.
Yes.
It's all on the line now because it is single elimination. It is a best of 3 game match.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it.
Match game with best of 3, yes. And we have just, some fun in store for us here. And that open deck list, that's really important, right? Because then you can study that. You know what to alter for in the matchup. And so these players, they know what tools are in each other's decks. You know, Zan knows there's a wasabi over on DKP's side of the board.
That methodical engineer. I'm sure Zan's the one who will be methodical about it. Zan, notably, is the one on the play here. He is 13th seed, whereas DKP will be on the draw in 20th seed. For those of you unfamiliar with this ink pairing, the Amber Amethyst combo deck, what I love to call the OT dub, the one turn win.
Yes.
OTW.
Yeah, of course, it's that epic combo that brings together the Monstro Infamous Whale with some other cards that Baker and Zebex were just talking about. Exactly, and you can win in one turn, which is pretty epic. And we actually saw that happen on stream yesterday with Zan doing that exact combo. It was excellent to see. And we are off to altering our opening hands here. Very key. DKP giving us a good look at what he has there. I love how he is cognizant of the audience at home, giving us that experience.
He acts like he's been here before.
Right.
While Zan is going to go ahead and alter first. What I know about this deck, and the reason why so many people are bringing Amber Amethyst, why it was kind of the slept-on deck that a lot of people expected to do well, is that cards like Horseman Strikes is such a huge part of the game plan because it allows you to win the middle game. Now, in these Amethyst mirror matches, there's a lot of evasive characters, and being able to take out a Dumbo, take out an Elsa, take out one of the genies, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And draw a card to boot.
And then draw a card, because why not? I think the Horseman Strikes was such an amazing tool to give to Amber in this latest set of Whispers in the Well. Now we see DKP altering his opening hand. And what's interesting here, I know a lot of times when people play Disney Lorcana that players are altering their opening hands at the same time. But you can, it is the person who's going first on the play that alters their hand first, technically. And so DKP chose to wait, watch, and look at what Zan is doing. What decisions is he making? You know, watching facial expressions. How many cards did he put back? And that gives you a lot of information, actually, at this level. These players are looking at all of those cues. And so DKP watching Zan take his alter and then going ahead and altering his opening hand.
Anything to give you the edge. Now, we have 70 minutes on the timer here. These decks can take a while. Meanwhile, DKP's general strategy is the general Blurple strategy, right? You're going to want to play down 1. You might be able to develop your brain, search a little deeper. Then on 2, you want to ramp. That ramp will allow you to get to your bigger threats later on a little bit earlier.
Yes.
In the form of things like Hades, Infernal Schemer, or Looking for a Deal in the form of Bell. Practice, or I'm so sorry.
Accomplished.
Right.
Accomplished
Bell,
Mystic.
Accomplished Mystic. Cards like that. Meanwhile, Zan will be trying to keep up with cards like the Lantern or Huey, Reliable Leader. Looks like Zan missed his
turn 1. What do you think? So I know that in a lot of decks, missing your turn 1 doesn't quite matter. What do you think on that Amber Amethyst deck? And then, of course, DKP, we see that Basil Practice Detective come down. But missing turn 1 on Zan's side, how's that going to affect this game?
It is a little interesting because these decks are both kind of playing the control, but I believe that DKP is going to be wanting to play the role of the beatdown, the aggro. He's going to want to quest ahead, get ahead before Zan can do stuff like pull off the combo. If you get a Monstro to stick down and get the Great Illuminary out, it's basically over.
Sure. Now, what's interesting about that, Brent, is you wouldn't typically think of a Blurple deck being one that really wants to race early, right?
Right.
But you're kind of saying that in this matchup, that's kind of what you're going to want to do.
Exactly. Some people have been comparing Blurple this set to Ruby Amethyst of previous sets, where you can play the control or you can be the beatdown deck. You can be the one saying, I'm going to push the action, much like DKP threw down that Sail the Azurite Sea, got an extra ink in the Inkwell, and got a Royal Guard. He is right now prioritizing getting bodies on the board that can contest. And now we have that Genie Wish Fulfilled.
Genie, yeah, exerting 4 ink to play our Genie Wish Fulfilled, draw another card. And Genie, not only does he draw you the card, but he's a nice body, quest for 2. Over on Zan's side, he have 2 Lanterns on the board, which is giving him a discount on every single character that he plays. Last turn, he put down that Cheshire Cat, Inexplicable, a shiny one at that, which is a fantastic new card. This has that boost where you can then move damage around. And Zan, I think what he's just trying to do, right, is delay the game as much as possible to get to that combo. I think is that another Genie in the back
That
there?
is another Genie in Din's hand, and Hades instead is going to come down. I was going to say a punishing move here would have been the Horseman Strikes, take out the Genie, draw a card. Din showing, you can take out my Genie one way or the other. I got another one in hand.
Exactly, and he's looking for a deal, and DKP is thinking about it. He does choose, well, okay, he's thinking.
He's thinking.
So the choices here are you choose a character, an opposing character, and that player gets to decide to either to put it on the bottom of the deck, but if they don't, then you get to draw 2 cards. So DKP has to decide, does he want to let Zan draw 2 cards, or is he going to get rid of the Genie? What do you think is the right move here, Brent?
I don't think there's a right move at all.
Right.
I think both moves are painful if you're DKP. You don't want to give Zan more cards.
When Hades says looking for a deal,
what do you say, right?
What do you say?
Din hasn't figured out what to say yet. I do also want to highlight the fact that Amber Amethyst, while we have a second here, Amber Amethyst, even though the combo does exist in Zan's deck, by his own admission in his guide, he said that that 60% of the time he's able to win without the combo.
Yeah, which is incredible. So there's, when Katie and I were casting this match yesterday, so I've seen Zan's deck in action, and that there are multiple ways to win with this deck. It's not just the combo. The combo's awesome, but it's not the only way to win.
And DKP decides, go ahead and draw some more cards. I want that Genie. We need to rush out. And following that aggro plan strategy that I was describing.
Yeah. I do want to mention on Zan's side of the board, he has 4 ink, but he has 3 Lanterns. That's effectively 7. He could put out a 7-cost character, right? So he's 1 away from a Monstro. And then we have another Hypnotic Strength going into the Inkwell. We have Elsa coming down and then challenging with the Basil support to get rid of that Cheshire Cat.
Showcasing why that Basil is so important. What a good pickup in these Blurple decks. I feel like I woke up one day and Basil was everywhere.
I know. You didn't see him one day, and then he was very practiced.
Now he's everybody's best friend. Right.
Yes,
good thing he was practiced and ready.
Yes. And there's that Horseman Strikes that you were talking about, taking care of that Genie once and for all. So, hey, Zan got 2 cards and got rid of the Genie.
Maybe a little bit of a bluff play. I wonder if Zan had the Horseman Strikes in his hand and said, okay, well, if he takes the deal where I draw the cards and Genie isn't banished or put to the bottom of the deck, rather, I can just banish it with the Horseman Strikes. These are the kinds of mind games that these players are playing. This is top-level Disney Lorcana at its best.
Incredible. I hope if he gets an interview, I want someone to ask that question, or I'll have to find him and ask what was going on there. Now we have a Huey coming down, and this is just like the Lantern, the same effect. Every time Huey quests, you can pay 1 less for the next character you play. So that reliable leader giving you some reliable discounts on your glimmers.
Who doesn't love a good discount?
I love a discount, yeah.
Me too.
It's a duck coupon.
The coupon duck. That would have been a better... Forget reliable leader. Coupon duck. My favorite part about this Huey is that his ability is called I Know the Way, when a critical combo piece in Zan's deck is called We Know the Way. It was like they wrote it out for us.
Yes. And we had another Genie coming down on DKP's side of the board, getting to draw another card. I'm sure looking for more answers. He has something we're going to quest. We're going to quest with Elsa. And that Royal Guard going into the Hades. Of course, Royal Guard, every time that you draw a card, that Octopus Soldier gets a challenger +1. So he drew one for turn and was able to, and then drew one for Genie, able to go into Hades.
And Zan is exactly where he wants to be right now. Getting these lanterns out, getting this Huey out, effectively means that he has more ink than the deck that is known for ramping.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look at DKP, he has 6 ink, and sure, Zan only has 4 ink, but he's got an additional 4 cards that will allow him to play these characters out, cheat out the characters earlier.
Yeah, now I'll talk about just what happened real quick on DKP's side of the board, because he had 2 extra ink available. He put down a Junior Woodchuck Guidebook. Another Horseman Strikes. The Horseman. He is coming in.
And he is striking hard.
Yes.
As that other Genie hits the banished pile, DKP shaking his head a little bit, going, how does he have the answer every time? Well, you know, luck at this level of play is a skill.
Oh, okay. Right. You know, I've talked with other players about this. We've said it on stream before, but Disney Lorcana, you do need a lot of skill, and then there is a lot of luck involved too. And it's where those 2 things meet, where your skill and luck meet, it gives you the opportunities to win the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. As the Huey's going to take a quest using 2 of the lanterns, we're going to get the Cheshire Cat out.
Dumbo, 9th Wonder of the Universe. I think a favorite card of every Amethyst player that made his debut in Fabled. And he is coming down and has a wonderful ability, breaking records and making history, where you can draw cards and gain lore. And who doesn't love to do both those things? Followed by another Junior Woodchuck Guidebook coming down. That is 4 cards that DKP could draw at some point. He can just pay 1 ink for each of those to draw cards.
And he knows that he can kind of put that on what is it called? Put it on a credit card almost, right? The Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, and cash them in later, because as good as Zan's deck is, when I'm looking at it, really no item removal. So DKP can do that against steel decks, right? With Pluto, Steel Champion, with decks like Emerald, right? That have the Clarabelle, Clumsy Guests, the Benjas also, right? You can't do that as freely as the Mowgli Man Cub hits the inkwell. We are turning a lot of cards sideways.
Looks like Monstro. It's Monstro. He is here. The infamous whale making that first appearance. That must mean, I haven't seen what's in Zan's hand, but he's got to have another piece of the combo here to kick off. Of course, Monstro needs to be dry to start the cycle. So let's see if Monstro can stick on the board for this turn.
And DKP has to know that this Monstro is an absolute threat. We could be seeing, I don't know how many cards are in Zan's hand, but depending on the number of cards in hand and the number of ink, this Monstro could end the game this early.
Yeah. So
and if DKP does, right.
Yeah, DKP's got to find something. He is using that ability from Dumbo. Did you see something? You got excited? Oh, okay.
I'm seeing
an Infernal Schemer. Infernal Schemer. Hey, he's scheming away, and that was one of the answers that I'm sure DKP was looking for. What a top deck there.
I don't know if it was a top deck. I don't know if he had it in his hand. He keeps shuffling these cards, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, he did exert Elsa with Dumbo's ability to draw a card, but yeah, he's always shuffling his cards around. So there we go. Monstro going into the inkwell.
And as good as that is for DKP, as wide as this board is now, it looks a little wider with the Junior Woodchuck Guidebook.
It does, yes.
But you don't want to ink that Demona. That Demona is actually one of the cards that helps you take back a game, exerts all the characters, right? So him kind of being forced into the position of inking that Demona. Sure, we did remove the immediate threat, but we don't know. Zan could have been bluffing there.
Sure.
He could have gotten that Monstro down and not had the other combo pieces.
That is true, and we do know there's 4 copies of Monstro in his deck, and if he does put out another one, though, DKP did us a favor, showed his hand. He does have an Into the Unknown in his hand.
Ooh, yep.
He would have to have something like an Elsa to be able to exert the Monstro, though, to use Into the Unknown on him. So he does have something in his hand that could help him out if we see another Monstro hit the board.
Meanwhile, this Huey is just gaining lore steadily while also giving value in the form of I Know the Way, his ability, notably using just the lanterns and the Huey to play down a Genie of his own.
Yeah, and we drew some cards. I think he also played that Junior Woodchuck guidebook that we see in his discard. So he just drew 2 cards for that. And yeah,
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
didn't. I saw Hades looking for a deal in his hand. I can't see if he
Very
has
tough.
Monstro.
He holds it close to the vest, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's thinking more about the game than about the camera.
You know,
Very
that's
fair.
fair. While he's thinking, I do also want to say that those Junior Woodchuck guidebooks, not only are they a possibility of drawing cards, but also it's a possibility of lore for DKP because he has those wasabis, you know, in his deck. And so if you played those, he could gain some lore. Over on Zan's, we have the Great Illuminary Abandoned Laboratory coming in, which is one of the pieces of the puzzle
So
of that
Zan
combo.
did have it, unless he
did.
top decked it.
Yep.
He could have ended the game, and DKP needed that Hades. We didn't know it at the
was
time.
Beautiful. A Rafiki coming down for 1 ink with that 1 ink he had left.
Yep. He moved the Cheshire Cat to the Great Illuminary. What the Great Illuminary does is when a character is moved there for 1 ink, the character receives the ability that they can exert in order to draw a card. So Zan, while it is a combo piece, is saying, okay, what I need now is to draw, and I can kind of win out this game here because Zan is establishing a nice wide board, especially getting that Genie and that Rafiki down. That Rafiki is going to threaten a little bit of shenanigans because it does challenge in for 3. What a mystical fighter indeed. And DKP says, it's time.
It's time. It is time. We love to see shenanigans. Shenanigans is what makes Disney Lorcana fun.
Absolutely.
We are exerting Elsa for the ability. What are we doing at DKP?
I'm assuming.
We're thinking here.
Are we going to make history?
He did exert 1, and he popped one of his Junior Woodchuck guidebooks to draw 2 cards. So I did want to say that, and it looks like he did just pay another 1 and exerted Elsa to gain 1 lore and draw another card.
Once again, identifying how important it is to be able to quest up to a number that Zan cannot that forces Zan into a position where he has to start challenging and banishing.
Right. Getting that interaction going on.
Let's see.
Yeah,
so
we're mathing out here. He's counting. We have Hades.
We do know that there is the Into the Unknown. I think he's.
Yeah, I think he has 2 of them. It looks like he has 2 Into the Unknowns.
Ooh, do we hardcast it? Do we sing it? That's the question here.
Right now you have Cheshire Cat as a possible target for an Into the Unknown because Into the Unknown, 3-cost inkable song that targets an exerted character. So it has an exerted character goes into that player's inkwell. So Cheshire Cat and Huey are the only targets on the board.
Also, the Great Illuminary is something we're going to want to challenge into. We don't want to leave that on the board and give Zan because it does gain 1 lore each turn.
There we go. And that Great Illuminary only has 3 willpower on it, so challenging in with the Hades, and then also going into the Cheshire Cat. Why not? Clean up Zan's side of the board so that we can start building. Not only are we cleaning up that side of the board, but also building up our own. We have quite a board here on DKP's side.
And very interesting that DKP had 2 extra ink, but didn't elect to pop the Junior Woodchuck guidebook. I wonder what he was thinking on that. Maybe it was forgotten, but I want to say that there's a reason because DKP is DKP because I don't think he misses a thing.
I mean, it could be that, you know, he has a pretty well-established board. Maybe he's happy with the cards that he has in his hand right now, and he's saying, I'm going to save that Junior Woodchuck guidebook for when I need it.
Maybe it is one of those, you know what, I don't need to do it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huey is going to go ahead and quest that reliable leader. We're going to discount something, and there's that Monstro coming down. Unfortunately, we don't have that Great Illuminary, but we're going to go ahead and rush in and take care of the Hades.
Monstro is able to re-ready if Zan wants to discard a card here, but Zan, I don't believe, has too many cards in hand. So the question is, if Zan chooses to unexert this Monstro, I think that it's a little bit of a tell that he has the combo piece.
Right.
He passes, which is maybe a tell that he doesn't. Or are we playing mind games?
Right, sure.
Who knows with this deck?
Yeah, and you know, DKP would have to put 2 characters in to take care of Monstro if he wanted to. So if you want to go ahead and run 2 characters in. We've got a Hades, we've got a Hypnotic Strength, and something else. Yeah, I think he has 3 cards
Into
in hand.
the unknown.
Oh, and that Into the
We
Unknown
called
that
it
he still
earlier.
had.
He still had it.
He's saving it, and Monstro is exerted. So Brent,
You see what I'm seeing?
I do. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that Monstro may not have much time left here in this ocean, and he's going to have to go swimming into Zan's
Into
Inkwell.
Inkwell, yeah, a very small Inkwell.
Yes.
We'll see. Well, steadily getting a
Yes,
sizable
it's getting
Inkwell.
large. It's a medium-sized Inkwell but for such a large whale, you know.
DKP decides to pop the Junior Woodchuck guidebook here.
Tipo and an Elsa 5th Spirit into his hand. He is inking the Tipo, and we're going to play out Elsa, exert the Genie, and we're going to see some action here, I think.
Okay.
What are we doing? Now we have some decisions to make. Of course, Into the Unknown could be sung by a character on the board. He does have the ink to play it if he wants to. We're using Dumbo's ability to draw 1 card, play, and there we are playing Into the Unknown onto Monstro. We are
Hardcasting.
challenging in to get rid of Genie.
Using the support from Basil to immediately banish with Elsa the Genie. But this Huey has the whole...
That was a turn.
Zan has... it's an incredible thing because that was an incredible turn, but this Huey still just keeps sticking around.
He's very reliable. He's a reliable leader.
It could not be more reliable. The 5 lore that Zan has, I do believe, is all from Huey.
Wow.
So another great Illuminary hitting the board. We're emptying the hand and then playing the classic Demona.
Get to draw 3 cards here off the top thanks to that Demona Scourge of the Wyvern Clan. I love this card. It is one that I think every Amethyst deck just about is playing because, Brent, I don't know if you know this, it's a good card.
It's a great card. It is a meta-defining card. Every single Amethyst deck, I believe, is running a copy or 2 of Demona, other than maybe the Burn deck that's going aggro that doesn't have time. But we're moving the Rafiki to the Great Illuminary, and we're going to be able to draw a couple cards here. Notably, even though the Great Illuminary is seen as one of the critical combo pieces,
there's that Horseman has struck its 3rd time in this game, taking out that Dumbo, 9th wonder of the universe. Dumbo was no match for the Headless Horseman.
Cutting out a part of the strategy that Din would love to actually, with these evasives, keep drawing, keep gaining lore steadily, and Zan says, no way, I'm going to Headless Horseman. That was the best target, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But even though Zan is starting to take control of the game on the board, on the lore board, he's actually behind.
Yes.
And I mean, he has to figure out some way here, because if Din just quests out here, he's going to be at 14.
Yeah, Zan wants to find his way. They both want to find their way. We know the way, and they just need to find it.
Yeah.
Literally.
We know the way. Huey, I know the way.
Hey,
and now a Hades comes down.
Another Infernal Schemer. Demona being the target here. What is... Yep, the Demona going into the Inkwell. We're challenging into the Great Illuminary. Again.
Look who survives again. Huey,
again.
once again.
Once again, he has 2 damage on him now, but he's still there, that reliable leader, questing again. Like you said, I think every lore that Zan has might be from Huey. This game is incredible, Brent. It is just back and forth. The scales tipping and then tipping back again. We are seeing 2 Octopus Royal Guard, Octopus Soldier, and another Huey. Demona coming down, exerting that Hades since he was fresh on the board, drawing 3 more cards for Zan.
Look at Zan's board, just out of nowhere. All these 1-drops, 2-drops.
There was nothing. Now there's a bunch of things.
There is there is a whole plethora of things here, and 2 Rafiki is going to go into that Hades. We are going to start eliminating, but Din might be able to still cross the finish line here. All he has to do is keep putting threats onto the board with high lore, even not high lore, even just lore.
Just lore, yeah. 13. We are at now 16. And he has, let's see here, 2 Iagos, a Cheshire Cat, and I didn't quite see that 4th card in hand. He is going to play out a Cheshire Cat here for 3 ink. He has quite a lot of ink. What are you going to do with it, Din? We're going to exert 2 more.
If I'm DKP, I am going as wide as I can on this board. I am questing and I am saying,
Yeah.
you try to catch up to me, you're going to waste a turn challenging in with everything. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe DKP is thinking something. Using the Cheshire Cat here.
That was the boosted. So the 2 ink that he exerted was to boost Cheshire Cat. We moved the 2 damage off of Genie onto Huey to get rid of that reliable leader.
You just made the inexplicable explicable.
He did.
And now DKP still got a good amount of ink. I want to say about 6-7 ink here to play down a couple of threats.
Gosh, he has so much ink. These Sapphire decks, that's what they do. They have a lot of ink. But even on Zan's side of the board, oh, wow. A Hades Infernal Schemer coming down.
Did you see what he put in? Zan thought that it was going to be the Demona. I didn't see what the other card was that got put into the inkwell there.
I missed it because the Hades caught my eye.
Dan was so fast with that. Yeah, I thought immediately, oh yeah, it's Demona. I turned to look at you for a second. I looked back and something else hit the inkwell. I cannot see chat. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, all Illumineers. But another card was put into the inkwell. Either way, there needs to be some way to deal with all of the threats on board because now...
That is a lot going on.
Din has game on board.
Yeah, he has game on board, and Zan doesn't quite have right now what he needs.
Right, no answers. Here's the thing with Amber Amethyst.
It was Genie. The Genie, which quests for 2, and the evasive, yeah.
Wow, what an interesting decision. DKP seeing something that I am currently not. Let's go ahead and get the Elsa.
Okay, Elsa will exert Hades, and we need to get... Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lore on the board, so we need to get rid of some glimmers here. We need to do some work, Zan. What do you got?
What?
He just Circle of Life Cheshire Cat. He just Circle of Life Cheshire Cat. We are challenging with Elsa into the Genie.
I got to imagine we're using the 2 to boost, right?
Yes.
Circle of Life, a 8-cost song you can usually sing together, or you can just play it the old-fashioned way with all your ink.
With all your ink. Zan has lots of ink to do it, and so he has done the math, right? He saw some things that we didn't. That Circle of Life, we are challenging into the Hades, getting off the board. We are exerting 2, and we're going to boost Cheshire Cat. We're moving 2 damage off Demona to take care of the Genie. And he's done it. He's survived for 1 more turn.
Yep.
That Circle of Life, I think Zan runs 1 copy, if I'm correct.
Single copy.
A single copy of Circle of Life, and bringing back what a play. Bringing back Cheshire Cat and cleaning up DKP's side of the board so he doesn't take the win. But Hades.
Zan is doing right. Hades, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Just that Hades looking for a deal coming down. But go ahead. What were you going to say, Brent?
I was going to say that as wide of a board, as in control as Zan is right now, DKP is at 16 lore, and we are hitting critical mass here. So Zan has to find a way every single turn to deal with the threats and find the answers. Hades looking for a deal. Zan says, no deal. I don't want you to draw the 2 cards, DKP. And DKP now reveals the Iago Giant Spectral Parrot.
Yeah, he had 2 of those in hand. Go ahead and playing 1 on the board, coming back over to Zan's side of the board, and it's looking much leaner than it has the previous turn. Taking a look through his discard, seeing what he has.
Playing to the outs, figuring out what he can draw into. This deck is good. Both decks, Amethyst decks, good at drawing cards. Zan trying to figure out, what can I draw into? What are the cards that I need? We know the way.
We know the way.
This card, when played, you can take a card, shuffle it back into your deck, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is the same card, you can play it for free.
For free.
So Zan is doing a Hail Mary here, playing to literally every single out. And it's a Hades. It is not it.
It goes to his hand.
I thought that it went back to the... otherwise put it into your hand. You're right.
So it gets played for free. If it's the card that you said, it gets played for free. If it's not the card you said, it goes straight to your hand. So he does get to go ahead and play the Hades, though. Looking for a deal. I mean, does DKP care if Zan
I think
draws
DKP,
cards,
that's the
right?
quickest
Exactly.
draw two
Yep.
cards
He's
of
like,
all time.
He's like, go ahead. I'm not getting rid of anything on my side of the board.
Then he finds the
Oh,
Horseman
that's the fourth one. We saw every single copy of the Horseman Strikes in this game. All four. The Horseman was on a rampage in this game. But is it going to be enough, Brent?
We don't know. And now, crazy enough, there is a fifth Horseman Strikes in the deck. Not really,
Not
but because he
really.
recycled it with the We Know the Way. Zan is playing this masterfully, figuring out the way, but will it be enough? Let's do some quick math here. We will be able to challenge in with the Demona into that Hades. Zan doing one of Zan's favorite things here, which is to
Lining
figure
things
out
up.
the math. Two
Okay.
into the Elsa, and we are able to take out the Cheshire Cat.
Wow.
But Din only needs 2 more lore. And Zan was not able to get rid of that Elsa
A
Fifth
sail.
Spirit.
Yeah.
So he will be able to get to 19. Oh!
Oh.
Bell accomplished Mystic.
Oh, Bell accomplished Mystic. I think that is game. Yes, it is. What?
Well, if there is a way for
Wait,
Zan
what? I think I missed what happened there. Wait, what happened there?
Well, Bell
Okay.
accomplished Mystic came down,
Move
questioned
the-
out the
yes,
Elsa.
okay, sorry,
But the
excuse
game is not quite over. I know. I was
They
getting
were
excited
moving
too.
stuff around, and I was like, whoa, they scooped. Somebody scooped. What? Oh, now they
Right.
scooped.
Zan needed a way to get rid of the Bell accomplished Mystic. There was almost no chance, but
Oh,
Zan said, "You know what? Let me
man.
draw the card anyway." I think
Yes.
DKP made a little motion, like, "Oh, I think the game is over," and Zan's
Right,
about to
right.
scoop, but Zan said, "No,
Yes,
let me
no,
just
no,
look at
just
this
we're gonna
card.
look, you
Maybe
know,
something will change
play
it up."
Play it out.
Play it
What
out. We're
a
in
game.
the top 32. Why not play it out?
Well, you've got it right at
Mm-hmm.
this stage, and for these players, I know they're going to play it out. They're gonna see if there's anything that they can do to find the answers that they need. There's a lot on the line, and these are two excellent players. And wow, that was fascinating to me watching, especially, the Blurple deck was doing Blurple things, right? We saw the Amethyst, we saw the Sapphire, we saw all the things. It was doing the thing, DKP piloting it like a master. But this Amber Amethyst Monstro deck, the OT dub, we didn't ever see the combo kick off.
We didn't need it.
But we didn't,
Oh, wait,
but
yeah, we did need it,
but
actually.
we needed it, but we saw it doing lots of other things, which I think is really great to kind of showcase that it's not just the Monstro combo that's going on in this deck.
That's part of why the deck is so viable, is because now finally there are combo pieces to the deck. It was a deck that could have been played in earlier sets, but now, from listening to Zan talk about it, he thinks that the combo pieces now are good enough on their own to do enough things to throw off your opponent's game plan, that if you don't use the combo, you're still good.
I think maybe Din altered 7 cards. I think. I just barely missed it, but I was counting when he was drawing, and I think that he altered 7 cards.
He just had the exhale of a man who altered
Right.
7 cards. I gotta say, when Blurple does not get the ramp,
Yes.
it's kind of immediate. Most of the players that I know say, yeah, you just kind of
as
alter all 7.
Zan altered 4, and we are starting off with the Royal Guard here.
Notably, DKP
Let's see.
won that game
There is
on
a
the
Tipo.
draw.
There is a Tipo in there.
So he did find
I
it.
see a Demona. I see. Yeah, he did find it. We see Lantern on Zan's side of the board. I'm sure we'll see the Tipo over here. There's an Into the Unknown. There's a Hades Infernal Schemer. We see that Tipo and a Hades, a Cheshire Cat, a Genie. So actually, this is a pretty healthy hand, I feel like, in Din's hand. We're going to ink the Hades, and down comes that Tipo, and we're going to put... here, these are the decisions, right? These are the micro decisions that can make or break games. What are you going to ink?
No, normally, many people would ink the Hades here because it's going to be so long before we see him.
Right, yes.
But in this matchup, to answer the Monstro, you cannot let that Monstro stick around, or else
Very
it
good
activates the
point.
combo.
You're
so
right.
Din is saying, okay, I don't want to keep this in my hand, even though it's a little too early, but I gotta.
Yep, I
Din
gotta.
showcasing he knows the matchup well.
Yeah, and then over on Zan's side of the board, of course, he can use that Lantern to discount, bringing a Genie down on turn 3 and drawing a card. Demona going into the Inkwell, and Iago, that giant Spectral Parrot, a great card. This is an illusion. He has Evasive and also Vanish, and the Horseman strikes.
Didn't even need the Vanish.
He didn't, and the Headless Horseman is off and running this game already. We're also going to we're going to get a look. This is fantastic. Unfortunately, no non-character cards to see, but that gives Zan a lot of information.
Yep, when you know what your opponent has in hand, you can expertly play around it, and Zan is the type of player who memorizes what cards are in hand. Oh, and DKP
Yep.
draws the Hypnotic Strength literally right after.
I saw that. Yep. And then I believe it was the Dumbo that he drew off of Genie, which is a fantastic card to have. But yeah, getting that Hypnotic Strength right after the Mowgli came down. Mowgli is such a fantastic card. Let's just talk about that for a second, because this is a card. We have a card, Ludwig von Drake, that has a similar ability, but we have Bare Necessities before that. And Bare Necessities let you choose for your opponent which non-character card they had to discard. But Mowgli, it's the opponent, they get to choose.
The opponent
right?
gets to choose.
They get to choose
Which card, so they'll usually pick the one that is not that great.
Not that great.
I want to compliment Zan here, because you would think, okay, I got the Genie.
Hey, we both got excited there. We see that Wasabi coming down. Tell me about this card, Brent.
The Methodical Engineer. Now, there is a little bit of a payback here, because you can banish an item, but the owner of the item gets to gain 1 lore. So, in banishing that Lantern, which is a critical piece of Zan's deck,
yes, it is.
He did give Zan a free lore there.
Sure.
This Wasabi is also 3/3 statted and can challenge evasive characters, is evasive on DKP's turn, so will work with the Dumbo, 9th Wonder.
Yeah, and we are going in with Genie and also then moving the 2 damage from Genie to take care of the other Genie on Din's side of the board. There's lots of stuff moving around, a lot of things going on.
And Zan in just a chokehold position here. Look at this. He's at 8 already. This is the start that Zan needed last game, because don't forget, DKP was on the draw last game, but I think DKP was drawing into all the right pieces at all the right time. This is what happens when Zan's deck starts cooking.
And that it is. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's so funny that we had a challenge in Cheshire Cat from Zan into Din's side of the board, and then Din did the same thing, a challenge and moved Cheshire Cat, damage with Cheshire Cat over onto Zan's side of the board. So a little back and forth there. Demona coming down. We're going to draw up 2/3 and exert all characters. Now Zan can do some fun things. When you have all those characters exerted, you can start challenging in.
I love what Zan does.
Oh, yes.
This. He just kind of moving your pieces around so you can visualize what the challenges are going to look like, what they're going to be. You might be wondering why this Royal Guard is standing in front of that Cheshire Cat. Well, Zan drew a fresh 3 cards. This Royal Guard is up to, I believe, 5 strength.
He's a 5/2 right now.
And what's the consideration here?
Oh, okay.
Oh. Whoa. Oh, okay, that's the consideration.
That's the consideration.
Zan found the better way to do it. That's all.
Yes.
Zan doing Zan things here, as DKP is going to go ahead and ink, and
we have a Demona coming down. Wow, this is... I'll see your Cheshire Cat with the Cheshire Cat. I'll see your Demona with my own Demona, Scourge of the Wyvern Clan. We had that 1 copy of Circle Life, unfortunately, was underneath the Cheshire Cat as a boosted card.
And DKP showing us, look, I still got that Hades.
Yeah.
If you try the Monstro meme now, I still got it.
Yeah, like you were saying, he kept that because he knows if that Monstro hits the board, he needs to take care of it, and that's one of the answers, and so he wants to hold on to it. A Junior Woodchuck Guidebook coming down. Again, that's that item where you can, it costs 2 to play out, but then at any time after that, you can pay 1 additional ink and then draw 2 cards. There is that Hades, using it on the Demona, trying to keep Zan in check. I think Zan is up to 8 lore. DKP is still at 0, and maybe just trying to get a little bit of control back in this game.
Exactly. As much as you'd like to hold that for the Monstro is not the immediate issue right now. The issue is that we're starting to creep a little too high up on lore for DKP's liking here, as a Huey comes down.
Yep, and you got to take a look at DKP's hand with that Mowgli as well. And I drew a Dumbo off the top and bringing that down, and we can immediately use it if we want. If he has enough ink, we can trigger using Genie.
We could trigger using Genie, but we...
I don't think he has...
No. I think Genie just came...
Oh, Genie just came down.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. We're in top 32.
Listen, okay, these players are fast. The amount of time that
and
they
they
are
need to
thinking
be.
through, they are on a timer still. We are in top 32. They're still on the clock. Horseman striking again here, getting to draw a card and then banishing the genie.
Two horseman strikes, actually, banishing the genie and the Dumbo there. They do it so fast. Their interactions are so quick with each other. It's pretty insane.
So we've seen 3 horseman strikes in this game because we saw that one early on.
Oh, boy.
So,
I'm glad you're doing the math still.
Yeah.
Zan is going to go ahead and
One
say,
more
okay,
left.
I'm just trying to keep you off of too many high-questing characters, but Hades, Infernal Schemer, a high-questing character coming down on DKP's side.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Hades Infernal Schemer is such a great card. It's been around since the first chapter. They did reprint it in Fabled. I think Sapphire players everywhere were super glad for that. It is one of the few removal options. You know, removal sending opposing characters to the Inkwell. We're going to go ahead and challenge in with Hades and Demona to clean up Zan's side of the board there a bit.
And Zan is at 12 notably here, but that feels like a mile away sometimes until the monster.
Until the monstro comes down. We have Monstro rushing in. He is going to discard, and wow.
A nice 2-for-1 there for Zan.
Oh, Zan thinking here. What is he going to do? Looking for a deal. And he's saying, go ahead and draw 2 cards. He's going to keep that Elsa on the board and let Din draw 2 cards. And now he is also playing a Junior Woodchuck guidebook, so draws an additional 2 cards. Looking for more cards. He is working his way up. Din now has 8 lore on the board. All of a sudden, this game is not looking the way it did a couple turns ago. And that Demona, Scourge of the Wyvern Clan, coming down again.
Drawing Zan a fresh 3 cards here. And now Zan is going extra wide, getting up to 14 lore. I don't think there's much DKP can do. If you are wondering why these players are moving so fast, I do believe that it is sped up to the teensiest bit. But also, what's more important is look at the timer. We only have 20 minutes left.
Yeah, and Zan has game on board, but I know Din is going to clean up some things here. He's got to do something. We are only on game 2, and having only 20 minutes left is not a lot of time.
Into the Unknown is going to go ahead and send the Demona, one of the 2 questers, into the Inkwell. Also, the Elsa is going to exert one of the characters. We're going to be able to get some clean challenges in here, and it is literally a race in every meaning of the word because these players are racing not only each other but against the clock to get to a decisive game 3 because neither of these players want to end this in a draw.
No, you do not, and we are going to quest. Oh, okay. We have Alan Adale coming down. Now, Zan, interesting. So he does not have any cards in hand. So so he did play out Alan Adale and Elsa. He went ahead and quested with Rafiki and Huey, just inching his way up there. You know, you win games 1 lore at a time. And, okay, Hades challenging that Huey, and then questing with Elsa.
Alan Adale gives you the ability to, when you sing a song, or when a song is played, you gain an instant lore, and that is absolutely important here because Zan has 19 on board if he quests these both out.
Yep.
And now the question is, can he can't deal with the Elsa.
He can't do it, and Zan, wow.
Takes game 2.
Game 2.
We're into game 3, and we have less than 17 minutes, Rebecca.
Wow.
These players are going to be playing fast. We are going to be going into turbo mode of commentary here.
It is going to be turbo mode. We have DKP is going to be on the play here. Players altering their opening hands, and we are in for a treat here, everyone. Game 3 here in top 32. If you're just joining us, we have Zan Syed on this Amber Amethyst Monstro 1-turn dub. A win. You can win in 1 turn with the combo, but this deck does so much more than that. DKP, our reigning world champion on the Blurple deck. We have seen a lot going on between these 2 players, 2 masters, and here we are off to the races, Brent.
Right. This is when control decks look like hyper aggro as the Basil Practice Detective comes down and Zan Syed plays the Rafiki Mystical Fighter to contest it here.
Yep, inking the Yago, playing that Sail the Azurite Sea, getting that all-important turn 2 ramp that we want to see. We have a Dumbo, a Genie, a Elsa, and a Demona over on DKP's side of the board.
That's a lot of evasives, but I'm also looking at Zansan, and there's another Horseman Strikes
I saw
there.
that Horseman Strikes. He also played the Mowgli over here. Got a look at DKP's hand to give him some information. Yeah, having that Horseman Strikes in hand, it served him well.
Interesting to quest the Rafiki here. Seems kind of like bait because the Basil can just go straight into it, and DKP doesn't take the bait.
He didn't. He values the support from Basil, right? Genie, not lasting for long. He did get to draw a card off of him, but the Horseman has struck again, taking care of that 2-quester evasive character that was on the board. We are inking Cheshire Cat. Elsa comes out, exerts Mowgli. I'm going to go ahead and rush into that character. And now Zan doesn't have anything on the board. Another Horseman Strikes. Goodbye, Elsa.
Showcasing the power of this card and why this matchup is so good into the other Amethyst decks.
My goodness, he said, let it go. You can let go of your Elsa. Here we are going to quest with Basil. We have Genie and a second Basil coming out onto the board. But Zan with nothing and just using that Horseman Strike last turn. And another one. Wow, I tell you, the Headless Horseman, he's doing some work. And we have a Junior Woodchuck guidebook. Oh, back over to DKP, and let's play a Demona. Why not?
Gonna draw an extra card there. Zan, notably finding these Horseman Strikes one after another, doesn't hurt that you get to draw an additional card after every single one.
Yep, and that's funny. I think DKP took a look at his discard pile to go, how many Horseman Strikes have you played? How many have there been? There's been 3, sir, and it's only like turn 4 or 5. So Elsa coming down, exerting one of those Basils and taking him off the board.
Actually, no, the Basil's already exerted.
Sorry.
He exerted the Demona, and why he did that is because DKP has more cards because of Stone by Day.
Sorry, I missed that. Stone by Day.
You blinked once, that's all.
Listen, these players, we're moving fast here. I blinked, I missed it. Demona now cannot quest, cannot challenge. She cannot do anything as long as Din has more than 2 cards in his hand.
But he doesn't, so he will be able, if Zan doesn't do something silly like play another Demona to put another card into DKP's hand, DKP will be able to ready that.
Oh, okay.
DKP says draw. Zan now has about 10 cards in his hand, I think.
It's not bad, but we do get to ready Demona over on DKP's side of the board. So he has got a lot of ink. We're going to play a Dumbo, paying 1 and exerting the Elsa to draw a card, gain that lore. We are breaking records, making history with the assistance of Dumbo, 9th Wonder of the Universe.
If you ever wanted to know what quick, practiced gameplay at the top levels looks like in Disney Lorcana, you are witnessing it right here, right now. Both of these players so good. They're going basically off of their instincts because they don't have time to super think through every single decision as they normally would. These are 2 top competitors, and now they are in a rush against 10 minutes, Rebecca.
10 minutes remaining. We did go ahead and quest with Demona there. Din working his way up in lore. We are at 7 and going over to Zan's side of the board.
Zan needs to find some answers here because this Demona, as long as DKP doesn't do something silly and forget that he can only have 2 cards in hand, will be questing for 2 each turn. You don't exactly want to 2-for-1 yourself. You're only 2 characters into that Demona, right? It also will take out an Elsa if you try to take that route. There's just not a lot of good options here for Zan, and it's looking a little grim because DKP, now being on the play, because he was able to win on the draw the first game, is in a commanding position going first.
Yes, and playing the Genie over on Zan's side of the board, he did draw a card. Yeah, that Demona is the scourge of Zan right now.
The scourge of the Zan clan. Oh, boy, and he's thinking about it, thinking, oh, you really...
Do I take it out? Do I take Demona down? And he is playing a Lantern and bringing a Cheshire Cat out. He is going to go ahead and run those glimmers into Demona and say, no, I'm sorry, I cannot have you questing for 2 more lore. And we're back over to Din's side.
DKP at 7. He will be able to get to 10 on this turn. We'll be able to use making history to draw a card, gain a lore. would be able to do it again with the Dumbo. And now, ooh.
Yes, exerting. I love this. We are bringing down that Elsa Fist spirit. We exerted the Genie. We quested with Basil to give that support to our Elsa and able to remove Genie off the board.
Look at the focus on Zan's face right now. He is doing calculations. I can see it in his eyes. His brain is turning. DKP says pass. And look at this board state here, Rebecca.
Yeah, this is incredible. He had a couple extra ink, so why not put a Junior Woodchuck guidebook down as well? Zan over here with just one lonely little cat.
I could show this board state to people who've never played Disney Lorcana and say, who do you think is winning? And I think everybody would say DKP right now.
I think so, yeah. That clock is running down. Of course, if we do get to time, then they will go to turns. But I know both of these players want to get a clear win here before that timer runs out.
Right, everything is on the line. Top 32, there's only single elimination, so one of these players will be eliminated here. Kind of a shame that we have to have this match this early in the competition, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yes. Zan is going to do everything possible, but DKP is prioritizing evasives because he knows that 3 of the cards that deal with evasives are in Zan's discard.
Yep, and we did. We got Cheshire Cat boosted. We took care of Basil, and then we moved that damage from the Cheshire Cat over to Dumbo. So that's what happened on Zan's turn there. We are back over here with another Genie getting to draw more cards on Din's side of the board. He has another Junior Woodchuck guidebook in hand. I'm not sure what other cards he has. Is it maybe, I thought maybe it was a Hades. No, it's an Into the Unknown.
And maybe thinking about possibly hard casting it? Hard casting Into the Unknown in order to keep gaining lore.
Another Elsa coming down. We can exert Genie, and we're going to go ahead and use our Dumbo. There, you said both. Interesting.
Sing
yes.
Into the Unknown.
Yep. On that Cheshire Cat.
Use both of the Elsas to challenge into the Genie. I mean, DKP is doing exactly what Blurple does. He is taking away Zan's threats, using threats like Elsa the Fifth Spirit, using cards like Into the Unknown to take Zan's characters off the board while establishing a wide board of his own to be able to quest out. And now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lore represented on board. If nothing,
that's a 2-turn clock, Brent. That's a 2-turn clock. That Zan's got to find something, or DKP's gonna win this.
And speaking of clock, we got less than 5 minutes. So these players, while this seems like the critical turn. In my opinion, this is a critical turn, make or break. Does Zan find an answer that is able to contest this? And he has to do it while on the timer.
Yeah, we are exerting the 2 lanterns after challenging with the Genie into the Dumbo. So Dumbo already had 2 damage on him, so Genie easily able to take out that elephant. We are going to play a Madam Mim elephant.
And as good of a, right, you're taking your own Genie off the board. You don't want to do it, but I trust Zan more than anybody that this is probably the right play here. There's not really anything you can even challenge into here. Zan may be saying, I have to be able to draw back with the Genie maybe. I have enough ink. I need to keep looking for maybe the 4th Horseman Strikes. I mean, Iniago comes out.
Oh, wow. I think he's just playing characters out at this point. He popped both the Junior Woodchuck guidebooks. He drew a bunch of cards. He quested out, put a bunch more glimmers down, and said, what are you going to do, Zan? Game is on board here. He has plenty of lore. What can Zan do?
It looks like not very much here. He is searching for an answer. Zan has to eliminate at least 4 to 5 characters on board to keep DKP from winning this game. And even then,
yeah, this is a very tough position to be in. It's not undoable. He does have that Monstro, so how many cards does he have in hand, though? That's the question, because if he has that Monstro has Rush.
I think there's only 1 card in hand.
He just does, and it's the Demono, which he decided to play.
Oh.
And he drew up to 2. He drew 2 more cards to get up to 3. I think he may still have enough ink to play it out. We're going to start challenging into some things here.
And
does he have enough ink?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And DKP! I think
and there is it.
There it is.
There it is.
Game is on board. There's nothing to be done.
And why not? Why not use the wasabi? Why
Pop
not?
his own Junior Woodchuck
Gain
Guidebook.
the lore.
And gain the lore. A little bit of a
my
smirk
goodness.
from Zan
That's
Syed.
Amazing. What an incredible match. Brent, that was exhausting, first of all.
I'm sweating.
Right? Yeah, that was like, woo.
Right at the end there, it felt like I was running a marathon.
Yes, and that's what these players are doing. They are running a marathon. They went through 8 rounds yesterday, 4 rounds this morning. We're here. Yeah. Whew.
Oh.
Wow. What a match. We unfortunately didn't see that Monstro combo come together for Zan, which I know that we all would have loved to see it. But DKP just doing DKP things with that Blurple deck.
And might I say, my first round pick in the draft.
Yes.
We're still in it, baby.
I'm giving
Oh,
you
thank
a
you.
good
Thank you.
round of applause there. Congratulations.